Hello guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and it is genuinely weird, like it's unusual to think about. This is going to be my last Battlefield 3 video for a while, and apparently this guy's mother never taught him how to yield to an anti-aircraft gun. I certainly learned that in driver's ed. I don't know if you guys did. That guy wasn't even using a signal, Carl. But the first thing that I like to tell you before we get into all that beta talk and Tuesday and Battlefield 4 and meow 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 meow, I'd like to speak about a different game that I found out about a few days ago that has a serious nostalgia factor for me. Okay, do you guys remember Line Rider? This is my experience with Line Rider. Not only did I play it constantly, but this is what I remember. I remember Mrs., let's call her Mrs. L. I called her Cheese Lips, but that's just because she used to eat cream cheese bagels before every class, and she didn't even care if there was cream cheese all over her lips when she would start talking to all of us. But in Mrs. Cheese Lips' creative writing class in 8th grade, it would always be everybody's mission, at least all of my friends. You would read that chapter, whatever, and that was like a disappearing recon. I don't know what happened there, but at least in my class, this is what happened. You would rush down to the computer lab once you were done reading your chapter, and then you'd make up some kind of phony, just completely garbage response to the chapter that says, "Oh, the blue river represented depression, and the red drapes represented passion," or something like just super silly that you would never ever think would get an A, but in her class, that was always an A. You would instantly do that and then start playing Line Rider. I think I must have played, like, I almost want to say hundreds of hours at school of Line Rider. Like, you don't even realize how much I sent that one guy that has that scarf that looks like a Where's Waldo wannabe collector's item. I can't even begin to tell you how much I played Line Rider when I was in junior high school. But I just found out recently there's a guy trying to create a 3D version of Line Rider. It's called Linemasters, and he has a Kickstarter, which is, I believe it's underway. I think it started a few days ago. I'm not sure how old it is because I'm not really involved in it. But if you guys would like to go check it out, because I really want to get this thing funded, because who would not want to play a 3D version of Line Rider? It's called Linemasters. I'll leave a link in the description to the Kickstarter, and I want to play this so badly. I don't know if I'm blinded by nostalgia or not, but if you'd like to see it, there's a link in the description, and I recommend that you do. I already gave a couple $100 just because I'm generous, but alright. Beyond that, Battlefield 4 talk. Oh my goodness. You guys are... I'm thinking about the attachments, number one, and please ignore any kind of catfishery that you see on your screen right now. I was not planning on completely destroying this team. I think the valuable lesson that we learn here is that I should never be able to use vehicles, and it's always fun just to destroy every single... But there comes a point on No Shark Canals where it literally just turns into, you can't leave the aircraft carrier. Just... You can't leave! It's not really an option after a certain point. I guess the Amtrak can kind of... The brick, rather. Nobody beats the brick. Whatever. I think there comes a certain point where... Yeah, sure, you can probably try to punch the brick through, but the boats are really not going to help you, and the helicopters are probably the same story. You're going to be dead before you even get halfway here. Seriously, that's... Why? Are you even trying? Do you even try? Do you even try? But... in terms of Battlefield 4, obviously the beta starts on Tuesday. The other information that we generally learned was there's no NDA, which made me sit back in my Corinthian leather chair and scoff like an Englishman, because it was like, mate. They never even enforce the NDA, mate. They never enforce it, alright? I think there's this little common misconception that, like, everybody's so terrified because Electronic Arts issues this non-disclosure agreement that, oh, you can't upload Battlefield 3 alpha footage, blah, blah, blah. And it was the same thing with the beta, but nobody really cared in terms of YouTube or streaming it or anything else. It's like, sure, there's an NDA, but does EA ever enforce it? No. But I guess at this point, it's really good for DICE and Electronic Arts just to pretty well say, alright, there's no NDA, you can do whatever you want with any of the footage, and I think that's a lot of great freedom, and I do commend them for that. So I'll be live streaming it, and I'll be uploading videos, obviously, but conveniently, like it happened in 2011 when Battlefield 3 came out, I don't know if you guys remember those videos, but it's conveniently, as soon as I have a ton of midterms and meeting with local businesses for certain classes and all these papers due, oh, that's when the beta starts. So I had to keep this video pretty brief because I'm still working on a lot of papers and studying for a lot of midterms so that I actually have time next week to actually play Battlefield 4. I know that sounds weird, but I don't even think I'm going to sleep next week. I think it's just going to be tons of schoolwork into tons of Battlefield 4 beta. And I'm very excited. Like I said, I am very excited about the attachments for some reason, just because I think in 2011 when Battlefield 3 came out, I was thinking to myself, wow, all the customization options, and there's like 8 times that in Battlefield 4. Oh, you want an ergonomic grip? What kind of grip do you want in your grip, dog? How about some more grip? And do you want a silencer on top of your suppressor? Hey, yo, dog, I heard you like heavy barrels, so I got you a heavy barrel while you heavy barreling. Just everything like that, I'm very excited about. I think the customization is the main thing that I want to try out. It's not like a Call of Duty Black Ops thing where it's like as soon as you pick up, like this is what I always saw at a friend's house. You know, you're watching him play Call of Duty Black Ops, right? And he has a reasonable AK-47, blah blah blah. And then when he runs out of ammo and he picks up a gun, there's like all these curlicues on it, and it's like pink and purple, and the sight has this heart instead of a red dot. Just silly stuff like that. So I'm not looking forward to making my gun look really silly, but I am looking forward to all the customization options. So I will see you guys on Tuesday with some Battlefield 4. I'm very excited, as are probably all of you. And I'm probably going to upload some serious elevator footage too. That's another thing that I'm definitely looking forward to, is just sitting in the elevator, riding up and down, and seeing what people do inside the elevator. Like if they just look at you like, what do I do in here? Is there even music? And I don't know why I'm looking forward to customization in elevators, but regardless, I'll see you guys on Tuesday, streaming, whatever. Definitely a video, but probably not streaming. Maybe streaming on the weekend, but I'll see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald und later.